Everyone tells you discipline is the key to success. Entrepreneurs, productivity gurus, and anyone who thinks they've cracked the system. They'll tell you that if you just wake up earlier, work harder, grind longer, everything will miraculously just fall into place one day. And sure, discipline matters. I'm not saying it doesn't. But you probably don't have a discipline problem. You have a stakes problem. You don't take your work seriously because nothing is forcing you to. Your life isn't on the line and your future isn't at risk. There are no real consequences for your failures. And that's exactly why you fail. You say you want to be productive, but what happens when you're not? Nothing. You say you're going to get up earlier, but what happens when you don't? Nothing. You'll say you'll get that assignment done today, but what happens when you don't? Nothing. No one is holding you accountable. No one is taking any opportunities away. No one is standing over your shoulder, making sure you actually do what you say you would. And when the stakes are low, it's easier to be lazy. Because deep down, you know it doesn't matter. Take a look at the people who are actually disciplined. The ones who show up every day, no excuses. The ones who seemed obsessed with their work. Do you think that they're just naturally more motivated than you? More hardworking, more talented, more skilled? No. They just have higher stakes. For example, a single mother who works 3 jobs doesn't need a motivational speech to get up in the morning because her failure means her child doesn't eat. A struggling athlete doesn't need to be reminded to train because their entire career is on the line. A founder who took out $1 million loan doesn't need a perfect morning routine because if they fail, they lose everything. These people aren't relying on discipline, they're running on survival. They can't afford to fail because the risk and the loss of failure is much higher than the average person's. And that's exactly what makes them unstoppable. But you and me, we can afford to fail, and that's our problem. If we slack off, our life stays the same. If we don't put in effort, no one comes to take anything away from us. We have no urgency, no real consequences, and because of that, we keep finding ways to delay the work. This is exactly why most people never succeed. Not because they lack potential, not because they aren't smart or hardworking, but because they never raise the stakes. So how do you fix this? How do we actually go about solving this problem? Well, you manufacture urgency. You make failure feel real. We put money on the line, a real amount that hurts if we lose it. We make our goals public. If we don't follow through, let ourselves be embarrassed. We create real consequences for failure, something that actually affects our life. Because until you do, you'll keep coasting. You'll keep convincing yourself that you have time. And one day, you'll wake up and realize you don't have time. So, stop pretending you need more discipline. Raise the stakes. And then you don't actually need discipline at all. Because when failure actually means something, you will move. When failure means you embarrass yourself, you will move. When failure means you lose money, you will move. When failure ruins future opportunities, you will move. So, don't like, don't comment, don't sub. Log off and do something else now. See ya.